Hey guys, welcome to Punky's World. I've got to redo this video. Okay, this is our, genealogy book review. I will, do another one, pertaining to my ebooks. In case you didn't know, you can download the app for Kindle and the Google Play Books app onto your iPad. In fact, I asked my friend, I said, what's going to happen to my Google Play Books, now that I've switched from my Galaxy Tab A to iOS, to the iPad. She said, download it, sign in, your books will be there. I'm like, okay. It worked. So, and Kindle, same thing. So, let me, first of all, this book, and I will link both on Amazon, is awesome. By the way, today's videos are actually going up. It's actually working. Yay. I will link this on Amazon. And the other one. This one I like because, well, first of all, you get a free, here it is. You can get a little bit of note paper in the back, which is kind of cool. Free book with clickable links. I don't know if it'll work for you, but because I bought the book. But this book is from 2022, I believe. Yep. This picture is actually his ancestors back in Germany. And this one here in the middle, this boy, oops, not him, the boy. He is actually in the middle, if you look at the picture on the inside. There's the picture on the inside. Right here. Actually died in the Holocaust. This one has a breakdown by state. It also has library sites, a section of cemetery sites, a section of newspaper sites, miscellaneous sites, and like I said, the nationwide sites, link sites that just give you links like Cindy's list. Then you go through an entire list of the states in ABC order from Alabama to Wyoming. And then you have an appendix. Then you have after the appendix, you have a few tips and tricks. So, and some stuff in the beginning, some introductory stuff. That kind of thing. So, I like it as someone who is a high-level intermediate in genealogy. Been doing it for shy of 30 years. I would never call myself an expert. I just wouldn't. I would say I'm a high-level intermediate. Definitely not a beginner. This one is great if you are a beginner, but it's also great for me because, excuse me, there are certain, now this is the 3rd edition, came out in 2014, the Everything Guide to Online Genealogy. The first 2 chapters and all the sections in them are for the beginner. This is a perfect book if you want to get started with genealogy, because it'll really walk you through from the beginning and more advanced. I would almost say I'm advanced. Yeah, that's what, not expert, advanced. Because there's beginner, there's intermediate, and advanced. And then there's expert. Not an expert, never going to be, but I am advanced. That's the word I should have been using. There are some basics that we can all use, search engine basics, database strategies, that sort of stuff. We can all use those basics. So, no matter how advanced we are in our research abilities, and I've highlighted some of the ones that I'm interested in, some of the sections in the different chapters. There are also, in this one, there are 3 appendices. And yes, that is the correct plural of appendix. Appendices. Just like you wouldn't say appendixes any more than you would say indexes. It's indices. Although, I guess indexes is acceptable. The proper plural is indices. Just like appendices is the proper plural of appendix. Appendix A is further reading, B is examples of family trees, and C is genealogical standards. We've talked about some of those. I mean, some of this stuff is basic questions, but then you get back further into the book and it's more advanced. So I think this book could carry you through for a very long time. It's like a complete idiot's guide sort of an idea. Because it takes you through from the beginning all the way through, like I said, through the advanced stages. And I think that's very helpful. Now, I have genealogy books on Apple, Google Play Books, and Kindle. All of those apps, which are on here, the iPad. The Kindle ones I get for almost nothing because I earn points for certain things that I've bought on Amazon through Prime. And so I can use those points and get them for almost nothing. So that's what I do. At a separate time, I will do a video going over those books. I'm going to take some notes and I'm going to really go through those books. I do recommend that you download Google Play Books. Because the app, if you are on an Apple device, because they have much more public domain, out of copyright, free genealogical materials. Family tree books, of families, which I have a few of my own. Town vitals, usually up to 1850. Town histories, all sorts of things like that could help you. And I think it's important to have those things, and if you can get those things for free, and have them downloaded, have them there forever, that's awesome. So Oh, excuse me. So that is definitely the go-to spot as far as family trees, old, old record books. Um, those who published, for those areas that published books, a lot of them you're going to find are in New England. The records to 1850, because you have to remember that um, a lot of states weren't states in 1850, believe it or not. Everyone knows the 49th and the 50th state. The 48th state was actually Arizona in 1916. So, if you've only been a state since 1916, then obviously you don't have records going back that far. I mean, you may, but it would be territorial records, and who knows whether, what of those survived. So that is important to note. You're going to find older records in places like New England, Georgia, which is one of the first 13 colonies, mostly the East Coast. Because the West Coast virtually didn't exist. I mean, yes, it existed as land and it existed with natives, but it did not exist as far as English record keeping. So, I don't know whether the natives actually kept records of their births and deaths and marriages and things like that. Somebody will have to tell me what kind of records they kept. Excuse me. So, yeah. That is something definitely to consider. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I had to redo this video because half of it disappeared when the battery died. I hate that happens. I have to do some research and find out why, when I change the battery, the previous video to it corrupts. Why? So, hopefully my ham will be done soon. I decided not to add that video because I got the French toast video. So, and I decided to add that instead. So, have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow. Reminder, no Dough Fridays this month. And I will be reviewing Backlash tomorrow afternoon once it's over. So probably around this time of day, around 4 o'clock. Bye, guys. Mwah.